We're back with Every Woman, and real women may do it all, but they are not invincible. Healthcare is so important to Every Woman.
It is really important. It's very important that we create segments that's going to give women and men as much information as possible. And sometimes I feel like on talk shows, I think they glamorize illness.
Yes, they do. They kind of make it, they glamorize it. They make it like, wow, this next cure, this next thing, where it's really, when it happens to you and your health is down, that's not how it is.
Well, and healthcare shouldn't be treated as something trendy.
Yes.
And that's what it has turned into. And we as patients, we already go into an unknown, and we really don't know what's going to happen. So we're trying to give or create segments where people know what questions to ask now. Because I know when my husband goes to the doctor, I make the appointment, I tell the nurse or the secretary on the other line, check him for this, and this.
Well,
he's going to remember.
Well, because we all, let's not lie, we all go on the internet and we self-diagnose.
Yes.
We Google everything.
Which is, I mean, it's a really bad habit of mine. I'm not going to lie.
Well, here's the thing is that, you know, what is regulated on the internet, on search engines, is very minuscule. So people can put things out there that say that they do things they don't actually do. It's not until it's on the label that the FDA regulates
Well,
it.
and what's interesting is actually there are a lot of talk shows in the hot seat right now for endorsing these trends
Yes.
and
That's
endorsing these
Yes.
medications and
Absolutely.
pharmaceuticals without the proof. And you know, the viewers, the audience, the real women and men out there are trusting us.
Yes.
We want to be able
Yes.
to give them the
Yes.
truth.
I found our segments really useful for me being single, somebody that never really looked into going to the doctor when I was younger.
Were you scared of that?
No, I was just living my life. But now it's like everything, I feel like, oh my God, my back hurts. What is it?
Right,
You know?
and sometimes the truth isn't pretty. And
No.
sometimes the solution isn't easy.
But my point was like going back to the segments that I watch, even when I'm on set, it's like, wow, I didn't know that.
And you're right,
You know,
and what
I
she
didn't
said about
know
the
that.
truth not being pretty, it wasn't pretty for me to be in my 30s to find out that I have menopause. It was a lot. I was like, what is going on? But it was more disappointing with the doctors who wouldn't admit it. And they say, oh no, you're too young.
They didn't listen to you.
They
And you
didn't
know
listen.
your body better than anyone.
Exactly.
And that's what a lot of people miss over, is that quite often they're already intuitively understanding what it is that they need or what's going on. But having that intuition doesn't always help, because sometimes that intuition is scary.
Well,
and they don't want to know.
And it's so great for me to be able to have you ladies to discuss that with. And I know maybe even for some of you as well, because when you talk to your grandmothers or your mothers, they're not exactly always open with it. Yolanda has a really funny story
I talked to
about
my mom about and grandmother about menopause. I said, hey, you know, what time did you know, what age were you when you went into menopause? Oh, I don't remember. And my doctor told me to take Tums.
Tums.
And I'm like,
Really, yeah. That's going to help.
And it's for minorities, it's already a struggle for us to even talk about.
Why?
I don't know why. My mom knew she had a lump in her breast for at least 2 to 4 years before she said anything that turned out to be breast cancer.
Right, and that's
But
not uncommon.
why wouldn't she
They
say
think it's
something?
God's will.
Right, but also it's not uncommon, because if you think about those generations going back, they just didn't talk about those things. It was a no-no. Once it was said, it was solidified.
Well, the Latinos are different. The Latinos, not Latinos. In my family, they talk about, oh my God, mija, me duele esto. And like, they're always complaining.
No, in my family, we don't. My mom
This
took me
hurts.
to school with the chicken pox and told me that it was mosquito bites in the middle of winter.
No.
Yeah, it's because she didn't want to face that there was something wrong with us or that we were sick. And we had to be sent home by, principal to go, you can't send your kids to school with chicken pox.
You know what's
Are you
interesting
serious?
though is
Oh
when,
my
when I
God.
was younger, and still to this day, I try and just power through. And I think women do that a lot rather than, we listen to our bodies, but we're trained to tolerate so much pain, whether it's through our hormones
That's
or menstrual
true.
cycles. And we
That's
think
true.
like, oh, it's just another pain, I'll get through this. Oh, it's a headache, I'll get, and we don't necessarily always listen to the signs that we need to be listening to.
And we need to listen to those signs. Those signals are coming clear, because this is my thing. If you don't take care of it now, it's going to cost you more later. And that's the message that we'll keep trying to hammer home here on Every Woman.
Preventative care.
But not
Yes,
just that.
exactly.
If you understand what's going on and you can relate that to someone in our audience and they're connecting to it, it might give them that opportunity to then connect and reach out, go to the site or go take a doctor's visit.
And I Google.
Right, yeah. So
Watch our segments.
Watch Google. Watch Google.
Google isn't always right.
No, it isn't. I love Google, but
well, and just because you have health insurance, you might not have health care, and it's really great to learn how to navigate that system and sort that through, especially with what our government's trying to figure out right now. Having
and
this
getting
forum to discuss it
and getting real information.
Even if it's really scary. Take care of yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.